Hello everyone, welcome back to Books at the Bottom of the Stairs. My name's Lorene, and I have no idea what day you're seeing this on. So, what's happening right now is Missy is trying to relax. We're on the ferry from, I think it's called Balfour, and we're headed across Kootenay Lake that will eventually land us in Nelson, BC. So we've got the curtains up because it's pretty hot, and it's about a 35 minutes drive, ferry trip. And I didn't feel good leaving Missy in the vehicle by herself. I didn't know how hot it would be. So we've got the fan going, which is the noise that you can hear. And, we're just chilling. I've got a little bit of lemonade. She's got a little bit of water there, and she's having some kibbles, and I'm having some Tostitos. On the reading front, I am currently reading. Wait a minute, just let me get it. Oh. Bradbury, Dandelion Wine. And that was my intention for going through the Rockies. So I think I'm on about page 6. Look at the cover. Isn't that cover sweet? It's a very weird book. It has a little bit of W.O. Mitchell, who has seen the wind, kind of a boy in his setting, coming aware of where they belong in the family structure and where they belong in community. And so I don't like to call them coming of age. I prefer coming of awareness to a different situation. And it's so poetically written. He's just got such incredible choices of adjectives and descriptors. And here's a good one. Like making dandelion wine, like buying these new tennis shoes, like shooting off the first firecrackers of the year, like making lemonade, like getting slivers in our feet, like pickling wild fox grapes. Every year the same things, same way, no change, no difference. That's only half of one summer, Tom. What's the other half? Things we do for the first time ever, like eating olives. I think it's so great. So this little guy, Doug, has got a brother, Tom, and the first thing of summer that he really wanted to do was get a new pair of running shoes, tennis shoes, they call them. And he's got a big ravine near his property where they like to explore. Adults don't like them to go down to explore. So it's just, that kind of tension of being 12 years old and developing your own freedoms and your own priorities and sort of setting yourself up against the adult world and that whole kind of breaking free moment, figuring out what priorities you have and the adults have and where you're going to obey and where you're not going to obey. So the chapters aren't numbered, but I'm on about page 46. Yep. And I am enjoying it. So I've been reading it for about 2 nights now. And we have at least one more night before we get to my sister's on Gabriola Island. And at that point, I don't think I'll be finished, but I certainly recommend this. I think I'll let you know when I get to the end, but I have a feeling this is a book that doesn't break your heart. So that's nice, and I think it's very bucolic. So anyways, I hope all your reading dreams and adventures continue to come true, and you're somewhere a little more interesting than the back of a camper van. Yeah, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Yeah.
You want to take a little walk, see around?
Hello, folks. I'm just going to finish off my thoughts on Dandelion Wine by Ray Bradbury. We are at my sister's on Gabriola Island in British Columbia, and it was much more than just traveling the last 8 hours to get to her place. But let me just show you the view that she has outside her front window. She's got this lovely property, and the deer come by. The deer were trying to eat this little tree, and that's the road out to her road. And That's sort of the surround. The cat is getting, she has one of those electric bicycles because she doesn't drive. And there's Missy. Okay, well, Ray Bradbury, what can I say that hasn't been said by other people more better, better ways? It's a tremendous book. I really, really loved it. I had no idea I was going to. I don't think this is science fiction, so if you think of Ray Bradbury as a science fiction writer, don't for this particular book. It's, as I was saying earlier, it's about a young boy kind of becoming aware that he is alive, and yeah, just that sort of self-conscious awareness. And the other part of the book is focused on a number of people who are well into their years, and each of them in their own way is coming to an end-of-life moment or discovery or wrap up, if you, I guess. And so it's very interesting, the contrast between looking back as to what their lives had been all about, what their idea of what life meant was all about, as well as Douglas's awareness. Now he knows all of the people who are dying. There's a murder that he's slightly connected to, and but it's not a mystery. We don't get into that. So it's really about life, it's about death, it's about aging. The kids don't believe that the older people were ever kids, so there's a very funny story or two around that. It was quite hilarious, actually. And the older lady was like so offended that they didn't believe that she had ever been a young girl. That was a good story. So they are taking place across the length of one single summer when Douglas is 12. And there are related and unrelated stories that take place, and there are it also reminds me a little bit of Mark Twain and Stephen Leacock in that it's taking a look at the members of the community, but not in the harsh, sardonic satire kind of way. It's much more compassionate and empathetic. And I was right. It's not a book that's going to break your heart. I really, truly enjoyed this book, and he is a really, really good writer. I don't know who influenced who in terms of who came first and read what, but they're definitely Twain and Leacock and Bradbury have definitely some similarities in the subject matter that they are interested in, but not in the treatment. I also think that Mark Twain in his satire and Stephen Leacock to a large extent had very snappy, snorty kind of similes and adjectives and all that business. Ray Bradbury is much more painterly, much more having you look at something. So maybe, for instance, if you were looking at a cedar tree like we are, he might say a bark-intensive limb or something like that. I'm just making it up, but anyhow, I strongly recommend this book. I think it make a great reading book club book, and I think it also might make an interesting, if you were recommending contrast and compare books for someone who was looking to do literary essay of some type. I think that this particular book of Ray Bradbury's would make an interesting contrast to several other across a season community taking a look at type books. I think Tim Wynne-Jones has done that once in a middle grade book that was really lovely. So although the main protagonist is 12, I don't think this is for young readers. I think there's an awful lot of language that would stumble them, not the concepts, but I just think his approach to writing a sentence would be a little overwhelming for younger readers. Again, I hope all your reading dreams and adventures continue to come true, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.